Hey everyone, welcome back to your research Vati, and in this video we will talk about dual nature of radiations, right? So it is well known that light is having two phenomena. It is well known that light exhibits the phenomena of interference, diffraction, polarization, photoelectric effect, Compton effect, and discrete emission of absorption and radiation. Alright, so here the phenomena of interference, diffraction, and polarization can only be explained on the basis of wave theory of light, and these phenomena shows that light possesses a wave nature. Okay, so light possesses a wave nature. Alright, on the other hand, the phenomena of photoelectric effect, Compton effect, and discrete emission of and absorption of radiation can only be explained on the basis of quantum theory of light. So according to which the light propagates in small packets. Okay, so in 1923, de Broglie proposed that the idea of dual nature, that is wave as well as particle. This is a dual nature proposed by de Broglie in 1923. This idea should be extended to all the microscopic particles. So according to de Broglie, a moving particle such as electron, proton, or etc. of whatever in nature has wave properties associated with it. Okay, it means if electron, let's say this is an electron, and this electron is, we know that electron is always moving or always orbiting around the nucleus, so it is not following a linear path to move. The path followed by electron is a wave, so it means electron is moving in the form of wave. Alright, so and de Broglie proposed that the wavelength lambda associated with this particular wave, if as we know that electron is moving in the form of wave, so there must be some wavelength, and the wavelength associated with this moving particle of momentum p, alright, of momentum p is given by lambda is equals to h over p, where h is Planck's constant and p is the momentum, and h is equals to mb, we can also write it as, alright, where lambda is the wavelength of moving particle, h is Planck's constant, and then we have mass, v is velocity. Alright, so these waves associated with material particles are called matter waves. Alright, so we can all name these waves as a matter wave or de Broglie wave. Alright, and the wavelength lambda associated with these waves are known as de Broglie wavelength. Okay, so this is named as, this lambda is also named as wavelength or de Broglie wavelength. Alright, so here we have listed some properties of matter waves. The first property is matter waves are waves associated with matter in motion, alright, and having wavelength lambda is equals to h over p. Now matter waves are not progressive waves, they are localized waves. Matter waves are not a single wave. Third property, they are a group of waves. It means if a matter is moving, it is not a single particle who is moving, it is a combination, it is a group of particles who is moving, right? So in case of electromagnetic radiations or electromagnetic waves, matter waves will not have constant speed as we have in case of electromagnetic waves. The speed of matter waves depends on the mass of the particle. Alright, so these are the important properties of matter waves, and let's take special cases of de Broglie wave or matter wave. First one we are taking that de Broglie wavelength associated associated with an accelerated particle. All right, so with an accelerated particle, what will be the de Broglie wavelength? So if a charged particle, say an electron, is accelerated by a potential difference V, capital V we are taking, then kinetic energy in this case is given by kinetic energy. So energy in this case, if we have electron accelerated by a potential difference, is given by Ez equals to Eb, and we also know that kinetic energy is equals to half mv square. Alright, so by relating this equation we can find out velocity is equals to 2 times E capital V over m. Alright, once we know the value of V, what we can use? We can use this value of V in the formula to find out wavelength. Okay, so then the electron wavelength is given by lambda is equals to h over p is equals to h over mb is equals to h. What we need to replace? V here, so h over m, and I am writing it in reverse. So this is the value, and the final wavelength is equals to h over 2 me capital V. Alright, so this is the wavelength associated with the charged particle. Second case we are taking is that if a particle has kinetic energy, then de Broglie wavelength is given by kinetic energy is equals to half mv square. Okay, and this is equals to m square v square over 2m if we multiply and divide mass, right? So m square is equals to p square over 2m. From here what we can find out? P is equals to 2m times kinetic energy under root, and we know that lambda is equals to h over p. Put the value of momentum, so we are getting 2m times kinetic energy under root. This is the value of wavelength if kinetic energy, only kinetic energy is provided. Third case we are having is de Broglie wavelength associated with particle in thermal equilibrium. Okay, what if your particle is in thermal equilibrium or condition where the momentum of the particle is changed by thermal energy? In that case what we need to do? So if a particle is in thermal equilibrium at temperature capital T, then their kinetic energy is given by, so kinetic energy in this case is given by kinetic energy is equals to k times T, where k is Boltzmann constant. So by using lambda is equals to h over p, or this equation, let's say this is my equation number 1, so directly use you can equation number 1. So by using equation 1, what we are getting? Lambda is equals to h over 2m, and what will be the value of kinetic energy in this case is kt. kT under root. So this formula you can use in case of thermal equilibrium conditions. All right. Okay, so next we are taking a numerical, and in this numerical what we need to calculate is the wavelength associated with an electron with energy 2000 electron volt. So what we have been provided with the energy of an electron. So an energy of electron is equals to 2000 electron volt, and this is equals to 2000 into 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 joule. All right. So we know that kinetic energy here in this case E is equals to half mv square, and this is equals to p square over 2m. We know this condition. From here we can find out p is equals to 2me under root, and lambda is equals to h over p, which is equals to h over 2me under root. Now put the value and we know the value of h is 6.63 into 10 raised to the minus 34 divided by 2 into mass of electron 9.1 into 10 raised to the minus 31 multiply by 2000 multiply by 1.6 into 10 raised to the minus 19 joule under root. Okay, and we are getting 6.63 into 10 raised to the minus 34. By solving this all this one, what we are getting 241.33 into 10 raised to the minus 25. All right, and by solving this complete we are getting 0.0275 into 10 raised to the minus 9 meter, and which is equals to 0.0275 nanometer. Okay, so we can solve numericals related to de Broglie wavelength. We have covered all the cases. If you're getting any numerical related to this one, you can directly use this formula. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. I hope you like it, and if you have any question you can comment below. I'll see you in the next one.